Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
Is the fact that FedEx is currently using robots to unload trucks where it used to take 5 people, it's 1 robot. And we don't talk about that, but the productivity savings are here. And you know we need them in order to have higher multiples, and we need them in terms of what's going to happen in our country, just in terms of, well, the deficit.
The fact that Trump administration also follows through on significant deportation policy.
Right.
We're going to need more robots. A lot more.
A lot more robots.
Now, I don't know.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just the poor auction. it was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And this is the first video of 2025. And of course, guys, we come into the new year with a bang. And we'll talk about that later on in the video. And right now we have Bitcoin, crypto, and stocks pumping as I'm doing this video. And at the beginning of the month in crypto, we know it's like clockwork. We have options tomorrow, so I do see us pulling back tomorrow and then start to move up over the weekend. Remember, we're the only game in town. So make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are being pushed down. We have the dollar up and getting strong as ever, hit a high today. But again, we know that's going to change. We have volume in crypto right now up. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo was at $473 billion on Tuesday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. But in a 2-week period, we had the repo drop all the way down to about $96 billion and move all the way up to 473. So we know that's definitely manipulating these yield rates. And then on top of it, we see the dollar strong as ever. And we know that's hurting the emerging markets. But also we know there's a plan. Trump is about to take over and it's going to change all of that. So in the next 2 weeks, we get a new president and the games begin. To start off the year, we have tariffs, the debt ceiling, supply issues as far as with the port strike. And by the end of the year, I definitely see stablecoin regulation in place. Now we're going to see Trump and Deutsche cut all this spending because we have to go to a level playing field. There's new digital economy. And Trump is going to devalue this dollar in order to get us there. And then, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the BOJ because they're going to raise this year. And it's going to set a rumble in this economy. And that's the reason why it's so important for the United States to start cutting some of this debt. We're going to see a lot of unemployment this year. But remember, guys, this is a plan. It moves in phases. As we get unemployment, they're going to be moving in the machine. So the productivity is never lost. These corporations are not going to lose. Remember, the NWO calls the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. that they had ready 20, 30 years ago. And we know that's these digital assets where they can airdrop this free money. And that's the reason why stablecoin regulation is being pushed. They've already ran a simulation with the C word. People sitting at home getting free money. But this time they'll have plenty to do because Trump's job is to land us in the fourth industrial revolution. And part of the fourth industrial revolution is the metaverse. They'll be able to travel the world sitting on the couch. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs right now are up. And we had Ethereum spot ETFs at a record $2 billion in inflows in the month of December. And we're going to see a lot more of these crypto ETFs, ETPs. Because remember what BlackRock's Larry Fink stated, these ETFs are the gateway to tokenization. All these stocks are going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Uniswap's V4 coming soon in 2025. And Uniswap is going to change the whole financial infrastructure. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Floki DAO approves ETP funding. And the ETP will be launching Q1 of 2025 on Switzerland's 6th Swiss exchange, the third largest stock exchange in all of Europe. Make sure you do your research and follow the money. And then lastly, guys, we have Xrp Xlm Memecoins and AI tokens get a pump today. And it doesn't matter whether we're in a bear market or a bull market. When it comes to these meme coins, they pump and dump. You just have to make sure you're doing your research. Make sure you have all your alerts set up. So just in case they're being listed on a main exchange, we know they get a pump. But it always pumps and dumps. So you'll have an opportunity to get in as long as you're doing your research. Now, this also go with these AI tokens. Some of them have utility, and then some of them, again, are pumps and dumps. Well, we know AI is definitely the agenda. And when it comes to XRP and XLM, we know they're utility tokens that's going to take us into this fourth industrial revolution where you can move millions and billions at a cheap cost, and plus freeing up trillions of dollars in liquidity. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the new Road Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.